Her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, "I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind," he said.
All too often in this day and age, when we hear something crazy to come out in the media, we tend to believe it. Just put our blindfolders on and don't question it. And I'm guilty of that at some points, because naturally you want to say, why would this person come out and just lie and state that this other person did something so heinous and wild and crazy to them, right? There have to be some truth to it. I mean, I've always believed that where there's smoke, there's fire. That's what we've been taught. But sometimes where there's smoke, it could simply be a big pile of dung. So you clicked on the video because today I am going over an interview that the accuser, that the young woman at the time, who was 13 years old, accused both Sean Carter and Sean Combs of actually essaying her back in the year 2000. She actually just did an interview. A subscriber sent this to me. I was busy editing my last video. I said, let me scrap that for now. I want to quickly react to this and get this on. So without further ado, let's watch this together. I'll pause, get some feedback. Let's go.
What made you want to come forward and talk today?
Because I think that I've been quiet long enough about what I've been through, and it's been hard enough to be quiet, but it's a chapter of my life that I'd like to close.
An NBC News review of her account found inconsistencies with her allegations. She says that she went to the MTV Video Music Awards in 2000 to catch a glimpse of her favorite celebrities.
You weren't scared to be all alone?
No, with having autism is like feeling like you live your life in a shatterproof gerbil ball.
Already I'm starting to just, the BS meter is going doop, 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 doop. But she's already laying the foundation when she's stating, I have autism. My little cousin has autism, and a lot of people autism, and to even think someone with autism will have that ability to be able to make the moves she's making just seems a little out there, at least with regards to what she's stating. I hate that. I feel like it's coming across as an excuse already. Like if it comes out that what I'm saying is BS, I've already laid the foundation that I have autism. So without further ado, let's continue back.
The world's on fire. The fire is inside the ball with you, but there's no way for you to get out.
In addition to having autism, the woman says she suffered a head injury. The night of the 2000s VMAs, she says a friend drove her from Rochester, New York to Manhattan, a more than 5-hour drive. Her attorney provided NBC News with the name of the friend who has since died.
What? So your friend drove you 5 hours? I didn't even realize it was that far away. Forgive my ignorance on that. I assume that you maybe live 30-40 minutes out at the most, and that's with traffic. But 5-hour drive, and the person who drove you unfortunately passed away. Man, come on. Who could corroborate your stories now not here? I mean, all right, let's continue. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but so far my BS meter keeps going up.
Limo driver who offered her a ride to an after party.
I stumbled upon Diddy's driver, who told me that I was exactly what Diddy was looking for.
What did you think when he said that to you?
I thought it meant that I was just pretty.
She went to a White House, she says, where she spoke to musicians Benji Madden and his brother.
I'm talking to Benji Madden about his tattoo because, you know, I have about his tattoo that's the Last Supper, because I have a religious background. So it was just something to talk about.
In a statement to NBC News, a representative of the Maddens confirmed that they did not attend the 2000 VMAs and that they were on tour in the Midwest at the time.
What? What? This should be it. This should be it. This alone. You had a conversation with people who weren't even there, and they actually can validate that they weren't there. So who are you talking to? And if you're mistaken by that fact alone, could it be possible that you're mistaken about your other statements or your recollection of events that night? And this is aimed at the attorney. And I didn't want to believe, and I'm going to cut to a video, which I've edited here in a moment, which attorney gave like a good proposition on why Bugsby should be taken seriously. And I was like for it. But after seeing this, I wasn't. But watch it, and then we'll talk about it.
Do you really think Tony Busby, who's a powerhouse trial attorney out of Houston, Texas, who's taken down monster verdicts and literally just got appointed by the Attorney General to take on investment firms on behalf of Texas, moves forward on a lawsuit if it's a bluff? It just doesn't make sense to me. You got to believe that Busby would say, hey, look, I'm not going to allow this case to come down to a he said, she said. Busby knows that the anonymous victim is going to have to be disclosed. They know this anonymous victim is going to have to take depositions. So there has to be more evidence. A bluff would be, hey, I sent you a demand letter saying that we believe you caused these injuries to my client. We're asking for this much money. You say no, and nothing happens. Busby didn't do that. He called his bluff and he took it public. And in fact, he went as far as to say, you know what, we're amending the complaint where we had you as celebrity A that was watching the rape, but now we have enough evidence to believe you were the one who actually committed the rape. Now, John Carter's team will attack that and they're going to say, you didn't even know what you were doing. But my point is, this can't be a bluff.
So as you see, you would think this attorney would have done his due diligence, right? That he would have something that could, possibly be damaging. Like, he's not going at this with word of mouth alone. I mean, just something as simple as her stating she had a conversation with people, celebrities, and you didn't vet that, you didn't research that yourself, you didn't already know that. You didn't know that during the intake. You didn't say, hey, we need to vet this to make sure this person is real, because it basically destroys your credibility. And then now, and forgive me, the whole team, we all agreed that we want to go revisit a lot of the cases that are pending against Diddy, because it's naturally, we wanted to believe that, hey, these people are not coming out here and lying. But this right here against Sean Carter, Jay-Z, it made me want to say, hey, let me just actually read it. And that's what the video I was working on that I edited. I'll still post it. It'll kind of be behind this, but Bugsby, for real? Let's continue.
Party, she says she had a drink that made her feel woozy. Then she says Combs and Carter took turns raping her while a female celebrity watched.
JC comes in and rapes me. Well, he at that point I was fighting, trying to get away from him, and he put his hand over my mouth and told me to stop it, cut the
After the alleged rape, she says she ran to a gas station where she called her father, who picked her up and drove her home.
We rode home in silence. He didn't ask me what happened. He didn't ask me what I did or where I was.
In an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind, he said.
Did her father not remember that? Is that, I mean, I was multitasking, but oh my God, like one of the main people who could have helped validate your story, who most would believe was stood behind you, basically said he didn't remember that. Now, mind you, you were 5 hours away from your father. Wow. I want to go back and play it, and I just want to make sure I hear it for myself. Let me go back.
What I did or where I was.
In an interview with NBC News, her father said he could not verify the claims. Quote, I felt like I would remember that, and I don't. I have a lot going on, but I mean, that's something that would definitely stick in my mind, he said. When we asked the woman about the contradictions in a phone interview on Friday, she said that she stands by her statements. I have made some mistakes, she said. Honestly, what is the clearest is what happened to me. The inconsistencies in her account of an incident alleged to have happened 24 years ago does not necessarily mean the allegations are false. In a statement to NBC News, Sean Carter said, "This incident didn't happen, and yet he filed it in court and doubled down in the press. True justice is coming. We fight from victory, not for victory."
Listen, YouTube, please take the goggles off, take the blinders off, and start to ask yourself honest questions. Does this sound right to you? You have these billionaires who ain't perfect. And if you are without sin, cast the first stone. But you can't. All of us are not perfect. We've done things we're not proud of, and that's where growth comes along. Am I ashamed of some things that Diddy did when I seen him on video and, abusing his ex? I did not appreciate that, and I believe he should have been held accountable for that. But I also believe that whatever domestic issue that was between them, she should have made the steps to rectify that. She definitely got compensated financially through an agreement that she agreed upon. Don't forget, she agreed. What I hate is that there may be some aspects of what's being stated is true with regards to Diddy. Maybe some aspects regarding the freak offs and just, maybe he's a deviant when it comes to how he likes to participate in events. I pray that he gets a fair trial, because this woman accused him also. And just as easy as this, with her own words, I'm able to 100% verify that she's bullshitting. She's lying. Your own father doesn't even remember what you're talking about. And trust me, any man with just an ounce of caring for his children will remember an event like that. And matter of fact, that could explain why nothing ever happened 24 years ago. Because in her statement, which she stated after this terrible SA event supposedly happened, that she got herself free and went to a gas station and called her father, and then admitted to him that, hey, I'm sorry, I'm not where I told you I was. Now, mind, she's 5 hours away. I had no idea that was the distance from where she was, from her home to this particular after party. 5 hours away. So you mean to tell me that her father drove 5 hours, was able to see his daughter was disheveled, just looks like something happened to her? You didn't take her to the hospital? You didn't go back to that party and turn things out? You didn't call the police? You didn't do anything? No, of course he didn't. You know why? Because it never happened. I can't explain why all these things are happening, but I feel like that we need to start opening our eyes and realize that there may be select individuals who are very powerful that may be upset and may be trying to stir the waters and destroy reputations, destroy legacies. I'm not sure, but that's what it appears to be. This story is bullshit. So thank you guys for watching the content. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you walk away from this and that you actually question things, that you sit here and say, hey, this doesn't sound right to me. Just because every media outlet is saying no Diddy, this, stop saying that. Read through the actual complaints, read through every one, and allow this to go to court and allow this man to have a fair trial. But if these accusers are echoing things like this one right here, I don't see it going far. And for Bugsby to say they thoroughly vetted, there's no way. There's no way, dude. There's no way you thoroughly vetted. And you mean you missed the fact that who she stated she was talking to was not even there? Unless you come out with some actual evidence, some video, something. I'm riding with Diddy and I'm riding with Jay-Z, and I just want their reputation to be restored to what it was. You may not agree with freak offs and all that, and I don't either, but to each his own. But to accuse someone of this, man, you on the next level. and for you to be, I agree with what Jay-Z said about you. But YouTube world, thank you guys for watching. Again, if you like the content, please like, subscribe. Let me see here where I'm at. Subscribe right here. Watch our latest content right here. Subscribe right here. Watch our latest content right here. Thank you guys for watching.